Hello guys, welcome to the second part of foot and ankle special tests. We're going to start off with Geiger's test, and Geiger's test we're going to be testing for basically high ankle fractures. Just so you know, the patient is in laying position with the foot hanging off the table, and we're testing for high ankle fractures, so it's going to be medially deltoid ligament, and also above here we're going to have anterior and posterior tib fibs, and also the interosseous membrane between tibia and fibula. Okay, so how we're going to know the test is positive is there's going to be extra laxity, or we're actually going to see the malleoli, or lateral and medial, separate as we perform the test. So how we're going to perform the test is we're going to find the head of the fifth metatarsal right here, and we're going to on the other hand, we're not gonna stabilize the leg. We don't want to press down because that's gonna mess up the test. We want to just put our hand here to make sure the foot doesn't move as we're performing the test. So, and then we're gonna press the head. Sorry, did I say tail earlier? I might have said tail. Head of the fifth metatarsal up and out, and almost as if we're performing eversion. And we're going to see for those signs that make it positive, so if her malleoli are separating or if there's extra laxity, and in this case all of that is normal, so the test is negative and she doesn't have any high ankle sprains. Okay, so next test is going to be the percussion or the bump tap test. Here we're going to be, again, the patient is in the laying position with feet or foot hanging off the table. Here we're testing for fractures, be it fractures in the foot or tibia or fibula. It's all the same. The concept of the test is the same. Basically, we're going to, again, we know the test is positive if the patient is going to feel very uncomfortable or scream, feel a lot of pain, right? So basically, we're going to locate the spot where we suspect the fracture is. So say it was right here in the middle of the tibia. I would tap above it and below it, and see if the person feels uncomfortable. If it was on the foot, if the suspected fracture was on the foot, we would tap above it and below it, right? And see if the patient feels uncomfortable. We can also test for fractures in the tibia and fibula by tapping on the calcaneus, so on the heel of the bone, like that. In this case, the patient looks pretty comfortable laying on the bed, so I'm going to say it's negative. Finally, we're going to be testing Thompson's test. Here, Thompson's test is testing for Achilles tendon rupture, and in this case, the patient's going to be flipped onto their belly with their feet or foot still hanging off the table, or in this case, it's bed. So we have our feet hanging. It can also be raised above, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep it down so you guys can see it. And we're going to know the test is positive if the foot doesn't move at all. So we're going to perform it. I'm going to squeeze the calf muscle, or gastrocnemius, and the foot is moving. You can see it's slightly moving when I'm squeezing the calf muscle. All right, there you go. You can see more movement. If there were no movement, it would be positive, because right now I'm pretty much squeezing her Achilles tendon and pulling on it. So the Achilles tendon is pulling on the medial tubercle of calcaneus and raising her foot. But if it was ruptured, there would be no movement. So that's how we would know it is positive. And yeah, that concludes the part 2 of our special foot and ankle tests. Thank you, everyone.